Red is truly the voice of our generation.
We're back!
And I'm not going to hold the mic in a weird way this time.
I know the whole last pod I was covering my mouth entirely, but I think I'm okay with that.
Oh, yeah, well, it sounds better like that, though.
I know, but it looks like I have no mouth.
Yeah, it's okay, though. It's, well, until we get a new microphone shock mount, which I think was ordered from the wish list. So
yes, very
hopefully.
exciting. Like we mentioned in the last pod, I have ideas for the pod lab, and that is why we are just filming in our living room right now.
Comfy pod action again.
Comfy pod action because Ashley is homesick today. I was violently puking my guts out last night. Blech! And for all the metaphobes here, yeah.
ASMR.
It was a hard night, so I had to call in today. So we decided to do a pod, but we are here back on the couch.
We're back.
We are back. Back in the New York blues.
Right.
We do have a couple of things to talk about today. We have a little story time for you. We have some things we've watched, but I have
We watched.
I have a little bit of a rapid fire light news I'd like to go over with you.
Like what?
So, give me your thoughts. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Daniel Kaluuya live action Barney film is about millennial angst.
Right. I wish I had the soundboard. I would be like, right.
Yeah. Now, this is what I wanted your reaction. I had to stop reading this because I was like, okay, I need his thoughts. Mattel Films described the project as an A24 type with a tonal twist. Barney.
What's a tonal? What does that mean? Tonal twist.
It's probably gonna be some like depressing, sad ass, like behind the mask, behind the dinosaur head kind of situation.
Well, wasn't it like? Didn't like the guy who was actually Barney in real life like commit crimes or something?
I believe Barney and Elmo. But that's besides the point because
Sloan has a video about that.
Yeah, this says millennial angst. Do you think it's about the kids who were on Barney?
That actually makes me not want it to exist at all. The fact that they said the words millennial angst.
Yes,
yeah.
But Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato were both on Barney. So do you maybe think it has something to do with that situation? I don't know.
Of why they're like fucked up now? I'm just joking.
I just hate that Mattel said
Trixie
A24 type.
Yeah, I don't.
Mattel and A24
aren't they doing the? Well, they like kind of helped produce the Barbie movie.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's been too much of a crossover lately. We don't need it with Barney.
Right.
Anyways, next up on the docket. John Landis says Hollywood is in a pathetic state and streamers sirens. Anyways, let me
Sirens.
John Landis says Hollywood is in a pathetic state. Streamers really are the bad guys. And he believes the film industry is in chaos amidst the strike, which it is. But do we think Hollywood is in a pathetic state and that streamers are the bad guy?
Oh, actually, well, here's my thought. I was going to post this on my Facebook when you were sleeping, but then I saved it as a draft because I figured I was going to get so much blowback for it. Right. So I didn't post it, but I was going to post that, I don't know, I'm kind of in favor of I'm kind of not in favor of the strike if they're just going to continue giving us stuff like The Idol, yes, or reboots. Because then, you know what? I'm fine with AI taking your job at that point because get that shit out of Hollywood.
They're in a Facebook group that I am in. There was a screenshot of something The Weeknd says in The Idol.
Right.
And I commented, Mom, I threw up. And that's how I feel about the whole series.
Yeah, and it's pretty. It's like it's not good. It's not good, and it's like really it's bad for Hollywood in general to have that kind of stuff. I just think it's bad all around, and I don't know why they continue to make that stuff, and that's kind of why I don't really care that the AI is taking your jobs. I mean, I don't want Kyle Newacheck's job to be taken, but everyone else's. You know what I mean?
Kyle Newacheck is a different story. He's a different breed.
He's not giving us stuff like The Idol, you know?
No, he's giving us sex episodes of what we do in the shadows.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk off topic about this because this is an article about Tom Holland's new film, The Crowded Room, and I believe it's a series. He plays, I want to say, some sort of serial killer, or like it's more of a heavy-handed subject matter, but now he is deciding to take a step back from Hollywood because the role has affected him so badly.
Right. I think I heard something about that, but I didn't read too much into it.
I feel like there has been blowback on that because he just does like Marvel movies and like Uncharted and stuff. But you know what? When you do take a serious role on like that, it does take a toll on your mental health.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is the smart thing to publicly say that he was, taking a step back, because not many people would. And that's how public breakdowns happen.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's a good thing that, for like mental health advocacy.
That's what I mean. I feel like it's really
You know?
important. And as soon as one person kind of admits that something has taken such a toll on them that they need to step back from a project or a bigger thing altogether, I feel like more people will hop on that train and be more supportive.
Agreed.
And finally, Jennifer Lawrence admits she still doesn't totally understand Mother, and I feel like
That's what I told you that the other day.
I feel like neither do we, Jennifer Lawrence. Neither do we.
But the other part of that article was that she didn't understand Mother, even though she was
sleeping with the director.
At the same time.
The pillow talk didn't help at all. You retained nothing. No, I'm just kidding.
Honestly. But yeah, I mean, it's a weird one.
Her new raunchy comedy that's coming out, I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
We watched.
I do like Jennifer Lawrence, but I don't know.
Yeah, we watched Let Me Explain break down the film, and hard pass for me.
Yeah, I think that because it should just do like normal stuff. Like I don't know about the comedies or like rom-coms. Maybe stay away from the rom-coms.
We still have to check out Causeway, and I feel like that is definitely more of her speed.
Yeah, that's like drama though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no weird. I don't like the word raunchy, but no weird raunchy rom-coms with like underage sex.
Yikes. Moving on. Well, quickly, let's just mention that within the past couple of days, we have finished, I've already seen it, but we finished The Exorcist Season 1,
Right.
which is a great continuation of the Reagan story and a great TV show. We're going to move on to Season 2, and we have started Boardwalk Empire.
Right, which I've seen most of.
Which feels like The Sopranos from a different time.
And be on the lookout for our Sopranos rewatch pod too.
Yeah,
But,
we definitely want to sit down and do a whole 9-season rewatch podcast.
Right.
I'm down if you're down.
Was there 9 seasons? Wasn't there only like 6 or like 5?
I think I only said 9 because at first I thought there was 9 seasons, and I'm like,
I don't remember.
hang on. Hey Siri, how many seasons of The Sopranos are there? There's 6.
There's 6. Okay, or yeah, no, that's okay. But we can do 6 seasons.
Could have done with 3 more seasons. Speaking of, Michael Imperioli bans bigots from watching anything that he's been in, and I kind of agree. If you're a bigot, don't watch our pod.
But we do like Christopher Moltisanti.
Yeah, it's kind of backwards for his character because like they were bigots.
He created the gangster Saw.
You know what?
Saw, but with gangsters.
Right. Saw. What wasn't it? Saw and something else, or was it just Saw? Saw
meets
in The
Goodfellas.
Godfather.
Yeah,
The Godfather.
Right.
But what we really wanted to quickly talk about was The Bear.
The Bear, season 2.
Bear.
Yeah, I think that this season 2, it was. I feel like it was a slight tonal shift from the first one because they were growing up, like the tone. I mean, it was like everything's like pretty much the same, but like there was a lot of growth this season, so like the tone is slightly more like mature, I guess.
Oh my god, speaking of maturity, can we talk about fucking Cousins episode? How I just sat and bawled through the whole thing.
Taylor Swift
The Taylor Swift episode. Oh my god, it was the sweetest episode ever. Just Will Poulter made an appearance this season in that episode. Jamie Lee Curtis, what's his face?
John Mulaney.
So many stars. Bob Odenkirk was so crazy this season. Yeah. Oh my god. So many good stars popped
Matty
up.
Matheson.
Matty Matheson is our guy.
Yeah.
I have been watching Matty Matheson since 2012. So this is like,
I mean, I've known who he was, but I never really like dove into his content. But it's definitely I was missing out.
Yeah, this is like, it's so nice to watch his, speaking of growth, his growth. And yow. I hate to bring this up, but my ex, one of his relatives was a producer on when he did a Vice show, and she always told me that he was like the nicest guy. Like how he is on camera is exactly how he is in real life.
Right. Well, yeah, that's
and
nice
that checks out, you know, like that just feels nice to know.
Yeah. But the show is pretty good.
The show is so good. It's had
chaotic.
What's her name? Molly from Shiva Baby.
Right, Molly
Gordon. And her and I'm trying to remember all these freaking names.
Who else?
Riff for a second.
Riff. Right. But well, I mean, what, are you thinking about like Jamie Lee Curtis or something?
No.
Who are you thinking about?
I just don't want to butcher names. Ayo Edebiri.
Oh, Ayo, yeah.
Her and Molly Gordon are going to be in a new movie coming out called Theater Camp, and it also stars Ben Platt. It looks so funny.
Is she gonna be in Bottoms with them?
I kind of have a feeling that she's gonna be in Bottoms because that's like the whole crowd.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it because that kind of comedy, like the deadpan kind of like younger comedy, it's good.
And Rachel Sennett needs to get away from The Weeknd at all costs. Like, step away from The Idol. Don't ever do anything like that again. Don't go with Sam Levinson. You're better than that. Thank you.
Rachel Sennett, if anything, I'd like to see you get chopped up in an Eli Roth movie. There we go.
Right. Eli Roth. The most
he was in The Idol.
Yeah,
I had to wrap around.
But, no, I thought the performances were good in the show. And, it was just like chaotic from episode 1.
Yeah, and honestly, Richie's character, like Cousin's character, I only know him as Desi from Girls, unfortunately. So whenever I see him come up at anything, I'm like, oh my god, it's Desi. But yeah, it's such a nice, refreshing show that's not glamorizing the restaurant industry. It's kind of showing you like all the problems, the mold, the mice, the the permits, like
it's
everything.
Not like 100% realistic, but I feel like it's a good look at like just like the chaotic environments and just also like the family environments. As like you work in like a restaurant business, you're kind of like a little family. Yeah,
I feel like when you think fast food, you think of like the kids behind making the food, hitting on the girls up front, like stupid shit like that. But like this doesn't show that kind of this doesn't show. This shows like the real people who want to hone on their craft and make something they're proud of, and that's really nice to see.
Yeah, I think the show came out pretty good.
I agree.
Good.
Pretty good. Larry David.
Right. Well,
Should we
should we move on?
should I flirt with you for a little while?
Flirt with me. What do you mean?
We wanted to kind of talk about how we met.
How did we meet?
I don't know. How did we meet? No.
You tell me.
I'm
just kidding.
No, Alex and I, obviously we are not from, he's not from here.
I hate. How did I end up in Canada? I hate fucking Canada. I'm shameless.
Yeah. We met at the very beginning of the pandemic.
True.
Like March. Like we were like stalking each other in like late March. I would say like all of April, like kind of like I would say maybe early April we started stalking each other. Because you were in a Facebook group, I was in a Facebook group.
Were in the groups, which I'm also banned from now because I had to yell at people that were being annoying.
Anyways,
just kidding.
we ended up following each other on Twitter.
Yeah, which I also don't have, or you don't have.
No, and I don't have at all. But I feel like I was like always trying to like subtweet you because
what do you mean?
I don't know, like
subtweet me.
Yeah, like song lyrics and stuff. Because I knew you were watching. But we officially started talking on May 21st, when I sent ye old message saying, "Hi friend."
Yeah, well, you like tweeted something like, I don't even know, like you wanted a friend or something.
Yeah, it was like the fucking, when the pandemic started and we were all like locked up.
Yeah.
Someone please talk to me.
Yeah. And then I talked to you. Yeah.
And we've been talking every day since.
Yeah, pretty much. I didn't think you were going to message me back after. Well, you said hi, friend, and then I messaged you. And then I didn't hear back for like a little while, and I didn't think you were going to message me back.
Well, that's because my grandma was sick at the time, and I was staying with her where she had no Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So I would have to disappear at nighttime to go stay with her, and we'd have to like say our goodbyes around 6, and I would have to like try and hold my phone up to the heavens to try and get free Wi-Fi to like message you in the middle of the night.
And now I'm here.
Yeah, and I would like go to bed listening to your podcast all the time and like watch your videos all the time.
My off the cuff reviews podcast.
Yeah, I always fell asleep with headphones in and I couldn't hear her yelling for me sometimes. That's really embarrassing. Oh my god.
But yeah, I remember we used to like FaceTime all the time and talk.
I literally told you it gets worse. My ADHD, everything gets worse, and you're like, it couldn't possibly get worse, and it fucking got worse.
No, it's been fun, It's been fun.
It's that meme where it's like, I gave the weird girl a chance.
No,
I'm coming home with bugs all the time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you literally do come home with bugs sometimes. Dead ones.
Yeah. But I mean, we met and instantly we started watching movies.
Yeah. Watched a lot of movies together.
We watched hundreds of movies together in the past couple of years. And now we have a whole podcast dedicated to watching movies.
I mean, we have to get back into it because you kind of sucked me into watching reality TV.
I know. It got so out of hand. We are now
vowed since I moved out of my mom's. I was like, never watching this again.
Joke's on you. We've watched all of Vanderpump Rules. We've watched all of the Kardashians. Right. And we need Jersey Shore. We started Below Deck.
Where are the Jersey Shore? When's Sammy coming back and run?
I don't know if I'm prepared for any of that. I'll be honest with you.
Dear Sam, last night at
bed, Ron put his face between a waitress's breasts.
We started that during COVID, right? We had
No,
COVID.
we started that when you were here. We started.
No, I know. I'm saying, like, didn't we have COVID? And we like,
Oh.
we were like, we need to watch something.
No, we started that when we had no internet, and it was on my hard drive.
Right.
And I was like, I'm just gonna start it from season 2, episode 1. Like, we can stop it at any time.
I had seen season 1, but yeah.
And then, like, 6 seasons later, we were on Family Reunion.
Right.
We watched Drag Race every week.
Yeah.
Love reality TV, but I don't know, just nice to spend quality time together.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's always fun, you know.
And now we have a small business. Now we have a podcast. We have media we're working on together. We have short films, everything under the sun. We have started working on together.
Yeah. We were like talking about all this stuff, and then now we're here and we're doing it. We're trying at least.
It feels so good it feels like a sleepover with my best friend every day.
Well, I love you.
I love you.
And it's nice to have like a support system, you know?
It really is.
Yeah.
Well, should we end the pod here because it was flashing at us and it's now splitting the file into 2 drives or 2 files?
Right.
Unless you have anything else you'd like to mention.
Well, our guy Red Bar mentioned this is important. So it has all come full circle. Our 2 favorite podcasts know about each other.
And they just need to know who we are now.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good idea if they know who we are.
Yeah, they don't need to know who we are, but we like them.
We're fools here on the internet.
Yeah.
Also, Ashley went out for her first girls' night this Friday, and I was kind of nervous because it was involving a coworker I had beef with at one point, and things went really good, and I feel really happy about it. So I think that's a win.
Yeah. It's good. It's good. I mean, I don't really like your coworker. It's okay. It's okay.
Well,
I agree.
It also took me all weekend to recover from that.
Yeah. But
perks of having chronic illness.
I'm glad that you went out, even though I missed you.
I missed you.
We didn't get to watch stuff until you got back at 9.
Yeah, I got right back at 9 o'clock for the drive-in.
And then it sucked, and we had to turn it off.
The movies this week were horrendous, guys. Joe Bob, Darcy, you follow us on the pod page. Do better.
I know. What the heck? Come on.
We were thinking like Jaws last week, Sharknado.
We should have actually watched Sharknado. It's not a bad. It's a fun watch. Why wouldn't you want to?
I know it's a fun watch. My parents have watched it like 6,000 times for some reason.
I know.
They
fixate
like it on these movies.
They like it though. They think it's like a good.
They think it fits into the natural
CGI.
disaster genre. Fuck.
It's just one of those like shitty asylum movies.
It's what my dad's prepping for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sharknado preppers.
We live nowhere near sharks, but I feel like if there's anything my dad's afraid of, it's the fucking Sharknado.
Oh my god. Well, it's been fun.
It's been fun.
It's a quick little pod, and then next week we'll do something fun.
And if you guys have made it this far and you like us, check our store out. Check out any of our social media, anywhere you can find us.
We have a Facebook page now,
Yep.
and a Team Nefarious on Facebook, and Instagram, and TikTok, and Nefarious things.
Yeah, we've
on
been
TikTok
really
and
active
Instagram.
on TikTok. But what I was really gonna say is, if you really like us, check out This Is Important, because I feel like
Right.
you'll really understand us
Right.
if you listen to that podcast.
Yeah. Because we steal all of the bits.
Yeah. And on that note,
Popo's
Popo's out!